Christmas vlog. Okay, guys, tonight I was a little bit bored, I have to say. I'm a bit over the blinds now. You know, after 3 nights of the same television, I could see what was coming, and I don't know, I found it got a bit boring. So I don't really want to spend the night tonight talking about the contestants. I'll just tell you, we've got Isaac McGovern. He got a 4-chair turn. Feely Irvine used to be in High Five. She's in with Ricky. Joel gave her flowers, but she chose Ricky anyway. It was really awkward. Samantha Clark was there. Dallas James was there. He's a hippie from Biden. We had Cheetah Henneberry. She's a backup singer for Delta. Can just hear Delta. Backup singer. Hayley Jensen was there, and she went with Carly. Then Jasmine Slunge, I think her name was, unfortunate last name. Holly Tapp was there, went with Joel. You know, Carly did say, I would like you on my team. I would hold your hand and I would give you any wisdom that I have, but she did pick Joel. And Nathan Lamont was there. So yeah, a bunch of different contestants, and you know, a guy that had 22 siblings and a woman who was a princess in Papua New Guinea. So some good stories. But that's not what I want to talk about. Tonight I want to talk about the judges and how they come about to convince people. You know, it's interesting being an observer of people, as I have to be, being an interpretive dancer myself. You get very good at looking at what people do, and it's interesting to see the different styles that the judges have on how they convince people. So I want to show you what I've observed. You've got first Ricky. Now Ricky always has a pencil and a pad of paper. He's taking notes. He takes his job very, very seriously. He's a competitor, Ricky. If he likes them, then he gives them the Ricky stare, which goes like this. And basically what's happening behind it is, I like to have sex with you. You are not going to be able to resist me. I mean, I've not had someone stare like that at me per se, but that is what I think is happening behind his looks like that. Anyway, it's very powerful. If that doesn't work, he always says to them, I can make you an international artist. You know, that's where I see you going. And it's just quite simply not true. He has no proof for that. But, you know, people like to hear it. Okay, then you've got Will. He's, you know, the new guy, Will.i.am. And this is what Will does. He is very perky, for starters. He sits up like he's a little meerkat, a little bit like that. He sits up like that, and then he moves his eyes from side to side, like that, to show he's very interested in you. He's like a little Tamagotchi, little Asian little toy. And then he says funny little things, like tonight he was saying, oh, I think that you are delicious, or something. It was Mauritius. Oh, that's like saying Mauritius. Like a kid saying delicious can't say delicious, says Mauritius. Oh, that's delicious. And then he writes a song like that, I suppose. That's how it sort of all goes, you know, it gets all out there. Or he'll say something really convincing to them about what he's done, like, oh, I invented the internet or something, you know. And then he tries to impress them by doing name dropping and stuff like that. So that is his technique. Joel. Now, Joel is really interesting because he does he's always got his little, you know, his thing in his mouth, or what is it? Like, you can't really see that one, but something like this, you know, he's got a little, that's not what he has, that's a paper clip, but something like that. He's got it in his mouth like that. He's got like his little toothpick. And he's a cool dude, you know, he's a cool dude, and he just talks to them, and, you know, he will say, oh, that's not as easy as it looks, keeping that in your mouth, but you know, he'll try to convince them, and he's my favourite, of course, Joel. And he always tries to convince them by using them. And that's really good. He makes it about them. You know, he says to them, I can really contribute to you. I can see what you're doing. You've got a thing going on. I can be like that. And he does the best, I think, always that he convinces people the best. But for some reason, the ladies don't like him this year. I think he's just lost his position. He used to be the cool dude, you know, the alternate one. And now Will is that. And he doesn't really know where he's fitting yet. Then there's Carly. And of course, you know, Carly's Australian, so I'm going to do my best Australian accent. I'm quite good at accents. And she doesn't really make a lot of sense, Carly. So she says things like, hey guys, you know, you're amazing. What can I say? I could be up there with you, and I will be. I don't know what could we do together, but it'd be exciting. And honestly, I don't know who you are, but where are you? I will be there. And then she gets to dead eye at the end of it, right? It doesn't make any sense what she says. It's just a random bunch of words. And so, but funnily enough, she's got the most people on her team. So what do I know?